with another game of Total Warhammer 3. And, you know, we've basically won this campaign. The world just doesn't know it yet. But first we want to fight Balthasar Gelt, because we haven't fought him yet. Not because this is going to be a challenge. Basically, I just realized not too long ago that we're going in the wrong direction. You know, guys, Olympus is that way sort of situation. And, you know, we need to take Nuln to win, so we're about to book it out of Cathay. And, but I didn't want Gelt to think he was doing well. And we'll be able to go mostly through our friends' lands, and then we'll just walk through some orcish lands, and probably they won't even be upset about it. Probably. Okay, we've got, like, it wanted to stick our whole army back there. It's like I'd been too thoughtful. We're kind of, you know, we need some groups set, but I'm like, you know, let's stop being so precious about our army setups. You know, let's especially here because it's only one army and we're rather stronger than they are. I mean, really, all we're doing here is getting to run a little quicker. There's, this dude is in the air here. This guy, this absolute chump. They're called Empire Captains, and they're on Pegasi. And anyway, if you look at the stats, you might think maybe these guys are okay, but they have, like, bad animations. Are these the Fireglaves? Yes, good. Because we left our artillery unsupported. It's fine. It's all about the love of the game, right? And speaking of the love of the game, let's collapse here on these great swords. Gelt is on a Pegasus. It's a special little named one, you know. They like to think they're doing well. We're gonna drop. Yeah, we will here. Hey, Fluffna. Yes, this is Total Warhammer. After you've already won the campaign, no, we're very strong and evil. Our dragons run against our opponents. This battle's already over. I mean, they're technically on the battlefield. We are very strong now. This army's kind of busted. And they just have, like, kind of a normal army. But, you know. I really like Warhammer. I think it's very cinematic. You know, I'm not good at showcasing it. There's probably a button to make all the, like, I need to find the button to make all of the UI disappear. I'll do it later. But anyway, this guy is a wizard, but, you know, he's running away. He's trying to run away. This whole army, normally you might try to, like, run them down, but this whole army was in a stance where they're not going to make it. But yeah, some people, when they get to a point in a campaign like this where they literally can't lose, they're like, okay, I'm going to start over. And sometimes I do, but right now I'm having fun. And this time we actually, like, charged our army in. Normally we, like, hold back really far and try to position smart. So this is more fun than that, clearly. And we get +6 armor for the army from beating Gelt, which is excellent, and then we get this item, which is fine. Anyway, we are going to... So the place we need to go is called Nuln, and it's like right here, it's like right here. So we're just gonna go left, up and left, up and left. Because we don't want to travel, like, through all this. We'll go up through this side of the area, and that'll let us go through our allies here. Yeah, something like that. We'll work it out. Plus, if we go up, we might be able to get into a brawl. Now, we've beaten, like, most of the guys over there of the armies of this Cathay faction, but it's theoretically possible that another one will show up. This will actually probably be a lot of intern stuff, which, again, is a reason why people would stop. But we still have 2 quest battles to fight in addition to the final objectives, so... Alright, huge battle. Woo! Alright, just when I was like, I don't know if they're going to be here. They're going to be here. Alright, so they've got artillery. They've got all sorts of stuff. Is this a settlement? Oh, it's even a settlement battle. Well, time to party. And, you know, it's very feasible that we might lose some stuff. We're just going to be positive about it. After all, it's not like we can't just get it again. And we could probably win every fight with just Tamurkhan. If we tried to play right. Yeah, so this is like a minor settlement thing. We're just going to bum rush it. We're gonna deploy on this side where their reinforcements aren't, and we're just gonna bum rush the thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. There we go. Well, the fire glaives to support him, and him back there with them, and then this cohort. Yeah, because we will just stack one door. No, we will send Tamurkhan on the other door because that is much more hardcore. Yes, and he'll bust in this side. And get that one broken down, and then they'll come up here, because we just need to take this one up here to break their building effects, and we'll, yeah. It'll be a big old knockdown drag out. We'll try to get inside of the whole thing and set up inside there. That'll be good. That'll be good. These guys we will deploy over on this side. Alright, they're coming in a minute 30, they're coming in a minute 55, so we'll be able to run in on this side and hit whoever seems vulnerable on that side, and that way we're not all of the eggs in 3 baskets. Just 3 of the eggs in 3 baskets. Alright, let's go. Get this crane gunner here, we just need to get Tamurkhan running right into the middle of everyone. Alright, peasant archers, the grenadiers. Where's the value targets? Do we have... Alright, there we go. They got grand cannons literally on the inside, looking like this is... Look, I like this game, but what kind of deployment is this, right? Oh, we got Crowman. We'll fight them. We'll win. We're very confident about our ability to win that. We're just gonna pop him right here. Tamurkhan is partying. He wants to party. They're trying to shoot me. I could not be less worried. Not if you pay me. Oh, Setang the Watcher is here. He actually might be able to do some damage. We will charge and punch him. No, these crane gunners are better first, I think. Since we're here already. Alright. So, everything good here, yes. We are popping the Crowman, yes. Throw our abilities there. These cannons continue to be unable to do anything right, because of course they are. Pretty funny stuff. Alright, we got the Lord here. We just need to continue on. So Zhao Ming is coming in. We got a big old battle on our hands. Of course, we're doing wonderfully. And of course, their artillery. Look, it's very hard to use artillery well in a siege. And this is a map that is certainly not, like, conducive to it, I would say. And of course, we have the benefit of not being too vulnerable here. I mean, they have fire damage, so that's something. Oh yeah, Satang. I was doing something. We were doing something with our life. We're gonna drop a summon there, not because we need to, but because I wanted to feel like I was doing something with our time. Alright, so we've lost no models on any of the cav yet, and we are about to run in and punch Satang the Watcher in the face. He is a ROR artillery, like a legendary, or he's a legendary hero, I'm not sure. I think he's an ROR artillery, but yeah, he's got, you know, anti-large, armor piercing, but he is very soon going to see, you know, that Tamurkhan is not playing, and he is. Come on, hit him! Hit him, Tammy! Yeah! Hit him with your Toad Dragon! We need to pay attention to the actual fight. Oh no, he hit me! Oh no. Alright, we need to pay attention to the fight. I mean, not need, that's putting it a little strongly. We should. Alright, the Plague Bear is going great there. Alright, so where are the dangers, potentially? They don't exist. We've already got the artillery totally wrecked there. Yep. Alright, good. Good. And now they are going to try to run out of the walls. That's not going to go, like, super great for them. We're going to come in here, swing over, hit there. We need to get our bulk of our troops inside there, and we'll get our artillery there. Satang's still alive? Wow. He's doing real good. I mean, he's still alive so far. I think we're about to pop him with this hit. And down he goes. Satang the Watcher couldn't watch enough to keep Cathay in the game. Alright, and now we got a big ol' army coming to us on that side, but we need to get just... because if we just send like a Chosen up here and spin this guy off, and then he can go there. Like, will he go? Please, please let him go. Alright, he ultimately is going to go up there. Good deal, good deal. We're going to send these Chosen over here. I think they're going to be able to do it. Tamurkhan is still doing great. These Peasant Spears are going to rout. We're going to want them over here on this side eventually. Man, they are taking their sweet time getting in. That's not going to really help them too much. The benefits of a broken strong life. Come in here, paying their dividends. Good stuff. It looks like we're getting hit by that tower. If we just move like right here, then we'll be okay there. We could hit our augment. That's right, he's got restock as well. His blunderbuss is getting tuned up somewhere. Not sure exactly where. This is not like an awesome fight to take since we're exposed and taking archery fire, but it looks like, okay, they've got one Iron Hail Gunner. That's like an AP shooter. We don't want to be taking those hits, but everything else is just like Peasant Bowman. Not too much to worry about. We're going to retreat our cavalry there. Tammy is still having a good time here. And before too long, yep, there we go. Our chosen are arriving on those points. We're going to be taking all of the points internally, getting our momentum, and that is going to get us, you know, more attack, more leadership, more vigor. So it's like, you know, all you got to do is fight, win, take the points, and then your troops get stronger as you go. And they're not going to be able to stand up here, you know. They are not prepared. To use the parlance of Illidan. Like, who's this? Oh, the Croman. What a dive. Alright, and what we see now is a thing where you're supposed to drop an army ability right in the middle of it. And now you'll see this glorious, this huge destruction drop down. We're gonna rot glorious rot it. Tamurkhan wants in. Oh, and there's their army losses. So anyway, we beat them so badly that, you know, even with wow, wow, even with all of these reinforcements still to come, and all of these dudes still totally out of the battle because we had taken everything on the inside and you know, gotten all of the things, we win. So that is a good way to win a settlement battle. Hey Natasha, how are you? You know, there were a lot of remaining troops to fight. Yeah, 2 whole armies of reinforcements were basically unfought at all. But the dominant show we put in, you know, just taking the whole town. You know, and that just goes to show that waiting back, you know, while it can seem safer, you know, not always perfect. And they'll probably retreat off now, but I'm gonna like burn it down because, you know, that's what's hot on the streets. We get another swiftness banner, which is actually really good. Let's go ahead and figure out what we want to do. We'll get rid of that upkeep one. Or wait, no, that's right. This great icon of despair, I forgot we got that. That thing is bonkers. We're going to get rid of... No, that's good. We're going to get rid of this banner of Hellfire because it's like an activated ability, and yeah, it's not that good. See, it's the first time you catch a Warhammer stream that isn't already at 2 hours. Yes. Well, welcome. We're doing so good. It's pretty funny. Can I only get one banner of swiftness? No, here's the other one. Yes. Because this gives you an ability called Strider and Wayfarer. Strider means that you can walk through any terrain type, and then Wayfarer makes you like speed up and slow down much better. So you throw them on your cavalry, and then all of a sudden you take, you know, cavalry that, like, oh, they're trying to run away into trees, which would normally mess you up, and you just run right through the trees. Pretty funny stuff. And we have movement range, all right. We don't need that poisoner one. It doesn't make sense to even carry. Probably just because we were empty there. All right, yeah, so everything is awesome. I don't think we need to move any new items around. We will flip some together and see if we get anything cool. That item's good. We're probably wearing it on, like, basically everybody who can wear it. Yep, there we go. Now we're wearing it on everybody who can use it. It's really good. It basically just like gives you an ability that gives you access to more magic faster. Not like maximum magic, which we are already at. You know, we're we've won this campaign. The world just doesn't know it yet. But we're gonna. There's something that gives us our replenishment in enemy territory. Yep, there we go. We'll pop that, and then we're just gonna keep on going. We're just gonna keep on going. We've beaten all the enemies in this direction. We just need to get to the other side of the world. And there's 2 more quest battles, plus like there's not even a quest battle, I don't think, to take the last settlement. It'll be kind of anticlimactic. We might find something else we want to do, you know, for the very final thing. But because for the quest battle for your weapon, the Black Cleaver, for this guy, it like sort of goes over there. But hey, here we go. Fealty +5? Like, there we go. So you can do these things 5 different times, or you can just side with him once, and now he's so happy. All right, now we just need to walk over there. Cool. But we also have access to his quest battle, which is excellent. We're just gonna burn this place down along the way. You know, that's what's hot on the streets. This thing... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is it ever good? It's gonna... Like... Do those things even stack? We're gonna give it to somebody else. We're gonna give it to Kazakh so he can be leadership bombs. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll give this to the Rotting Knights. And... we're just gonna auto this, you know, we're gonna put the abilities on there so that we remember for later. We're just gonna auto it. Somebody gets a Rot Beast. Oh, the Lord back. This guy is waiting. He's not like active right now, but I guess you still he still gets his experience. So you know, good for him. Oh wow, I can't go through it? That is incredibly obnoxious. I mean, really, it's just like a normal amount of obnoxious. That's pretty annoying, though. Because I burned it down. And I guess it's like an impassable place in the mountains. That's good. It's great map architecture. I just didn't know that that was the case. Did I take that city? I guess I must have. How embarrassing. I've lost a settlement. Nobody will want to work for me now. I don't seem so prestigious as I used to. Fortunately, the intern is not as long as it used to be. Alright, there we go, and... yeah, we're going to side with Kargan again. Okay. So we sided with Kargan, and that led to him being harmed. Well... great. Alright, how many turns till we get him back? We wanted to do this quest battle. We don't want to do it without him. That's not, you know... Alright, how do we... yes, we can do this for beast paths. And get, like, nowhere better? Good. Good. It seemed smart. I guess I didn't appreciate how much of this was impassable mountain. I should have looked at the map. Anyway, we waste this ability. I don't think we can do it for like 10 more turns. Oh well. Alright, what chieftain unit do we want? We could get aspiring champs. They're like... They're very small unit count, really high power units, but they're like... they get lots of bonuses that we're not going to be able to get for them. Well, you can just take the weird fly Air Force for a bit and then get rid of them if we decide, you know, that we get Kargan again. Alright, so is this even, like, any better? It is very vaguely better. But this is about to be the most boring part of the stream. No, I mean, like, I guess we could probably, like, pick a fight along the way. It's gonna be mostly in Turn Simulator. I walked the wrong direction, you know, I mean, I guess it's not entirely fair. I didn't appreciate how quickly I would achieve the goals, right? Because there's this sea lane here, but that just takes you to, like, the north of the Empire, and we need to get to, like, the south center of it. So I'm not seeing that that's going to be, like, that helpful. Cathay's taking some of their stuff back. You know, we gave them quite the bloody nose, but due to, like, how spread out the Chaos Dwarf's holding is, and, like, how Cathay is pretty defensible once you have all of it. Archie wants military access? I mean, sure, buddy. Archie. Archeon the Everchosen. We just call him Archie. Because I am afraid, like, where is the hero going to pop up? Yeah, he's going to be back in one turn, but I don't have a settlement for him to get to that's anywhere near here. Is he going to go all the way down here? I don't want that to happen. I need to give this away. Is this building any good? Not particularly. But now he's going to be up here? No, right here. Which is theoretically somewhat closer? Man. Bad stuff. Oh well. That's what I get for being slow. Can I use this ability? No, because he has to be in an army to do the action. Anyway. Moro, you say I left Archeon to live? I went the other direction. I've never actually spoken to the guy in the game. We immediately went to the east and took out Grimgor and Kolak Suneater and old Greasus. And yeah, and Archie never came over and messed with us. Alright, and of course now Kurgan's all the way over here, and so we'll need to put Hero Not Moved back on. So yeah, we're just going to try to move him over there and meet up with him at the end. Because we need him to do the battle. No, we can... We'll go to the north and meet up with them. We'll do what we have to do. We got to get our chieftain back. And along the way, maybe maybe get into some fights. Who's in my way? Hey, Nussa. Yes, come on, Dizman. Oh, well. Glad to be at home. Another normal day of work. How are you? Yeah, no, never mind. I'm like, if we walk towards each other... Yeah, this isn't going to take too long. It'll be fine. Anyway, I think... I know I had forgotten how much movement speed this army has, because it's like... We're already, like... It's almost twice as much movement as a normal army gets, so we're going to be able to book it. Plus, we don't really have any enemies between here and the army and the Empire. You're trying Gorbed for the first time today? I haven't played his campaign before. What's it like? For all that I watched this game a lot on YouTube, I only watch multiplayer, so I don't really know, like, any of the unique mechanics or whatever, because he came out somewhat recently, so he's got to have something unique. Everybody gets something cool these days, right? Like, that reminds me, we just signed a military access with him, which is good, because, you know, he wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Alright, excellent. And now we're going to get rid of the Angels of Decay, even though they are good. You know, they're just not part of the plan. They were just there to fill up the army while Kargan was gone. Alright. He'll enter the army next turn, and we'll get to do his quest battle. All wastelands and mountains just steamroll, yeah. Do orcs have good landmarks? Some factions do. I know, like, there's a lot of orky lands around there. I guess I haven't really played orcs in a while. No, that's not true. I played a Grimgore campaign though. It was very straightforward. I managed to get a lava Ragnarok spider, and you know the rest was good. All right, so we will seek a compromise. If these guys, all right, so he gets annoyed, but we're okay. Good deal. And Ketzak gets too committed. And excellent, hooray. Now we can do both of the battles. We'll probably do one turn, and then the next one, the turn after that. Alright, so... let's do... Alright, so which one makes more sense to do? That one said... this one will be when we're sleeping. And this one will be while we're wandering through the Chaos Waste, so that makes more sense. Alright. What's the description? Wandering through the Chaos Waste, Tamurkhan's great horde encounters the roving warband of a sworn enemy of Kargan the Crazed. As is the way of ruin, mutual annihilation is inevitable. For one must bow to the other or die slowly at their feet. Pride will not allow either to willingly subjugate themselves, leaving only one path to dominance, all-out slaughter. Only when the nemesis of Kargan the Crazed lies broken can Tamurkhan stand victorious, earning undying fealty with this latest conquest. Let's go! Alright, so we've got a Chaos army to fight, Horsemasters, Chaos Warriors, great weapons, some Forsaken, little wuss of a wizard, fire magic, we got horseback? No, they must fight Chaos Dragon. Okay, I'm like, there's something going on here. And then, well, he'll have Chosen and Chosen with halberds, and he's got a heavy metal army. This is good stuff. But maybe this is going to be like a lower power army than the later ones. You say you're probably going to have to go soon. Ah, well, I appreciate you stopping in all the same. It's always good to see you. This is going to be great. Because that 10 leadership hex that we got for Kazakh, that banner, like, 10 leadership is a lot of leadership. Chaos, though, the troops we're fighting are very high quality. By which I mean to say, like, there's a lot of armored stuff, a lot of high leadership, high damage, high melee attack troops, a lot of guys that are going to want to fight. Now, Are they going to be able to stand up to us? No. No, they won't. Look at the host. Alright, so they're going to have this contingent over there. We're going to have our ranged contingent bash that side. Of course, we're going to put... Alright. Keep these guys centered here. And we're not going to be like hanging back entirely. We're going to be going forward-ish. We're going to keep Grokmer back here to run interference, do summons and the like. And then this fellow can hang out in the center there, and yeah, we're just let's have a party. Let's go. Just absolute carnage already. Wow. Something really hit us. It must have been like a breath attack or some army ability. Yeah, okay, yeah. They did some kind of magic that actually hit maybe a fireball. That would make sense. But this Chaos Pharaoh Manticore is going to get beat up so badly. Is going to, try to charge in here? Probably, but it's not going to work. Yep, and now we just absolutely pepper it. Salted, peppered, shaken, stirred, and mauled. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. And they were content to try to run. So the thing with the acceleration is, too, that it gets them with like higher charge speed that lets them close the distance whenever they're in these situations, sort of like where otherwise you might be having a little bit of slow time. There we go. We get everything going wonderfully. The Chosen getting absolutely nuked by what? Oh, the Dreadquake. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's the Chosen getting friendly artillery fired, if friendly you can call it. We've got a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on horseback. He is going to eat these blunderbuss fire. Come on now. Shoot him. Some of our guys are in the way. The Chaos Dawi, the Dawis are too polite today. We're going to charge right into these halberds, because nothing matters. We're going to drop this massive army ability right on them. Bring our artillery around the back there. Going to go ahead. Yeah, this... Unless there's a, like a secondary twist to the battle, this is definitely like an easier one than some of the ones that we've done. But we all are... We're also, like, at our final form. We've got all the abilities. There's no one left to prove ourselves to, right? We've got our artillery with our restocking. We got, you know, we probably those Chosen probably just took a bunch of huge hits from us. No, that's not fair. We're up against a Chosen and Assiring Champions and Chaos Warriors, great weapons and stuff. Oh man, oh man. I have blundered the blunderbusses. We're gonna rock Glorious Rot here. It's probably gonna help. And Kargan is going to fly in to fight his nemesis here. The blunderbusses do, you know, have good anti-large shots, which they will hopefully use right now. Wheel and fire. Because these Chaos Dance, they're running, they still got 2k HP, but if you shoot a lot more at them, then they'll shatter. There we go. Well, they still haven't shattered yet. They got too soon, and even if they don't, you know, it's a lot easier to slay your foe when they can't see you coming, and this guy is about to take a full salvo from the blunderbusses. No, this guy's about to be obstructed and slain by something else. There we go, Kurgan. You see your foe. Take him out. Boom, baby. The battle's probably about to be over, but I figured we could throw a fleshy out and get, like, maybe 500 or 600 HP before everything happens. They usually give you, yeah, you know. And, you know, since we have such good wins, we're fine. Unless you say, because you're absolutely bored right now, what's my favorite animal? That was 5 minutes ago. I was very focused. Like, broadly, like, penguins, probably. I really like penguins. I always have. I find them adorable. But, like, I've only ever seen them, you know, like, in a zoo. I've never, like, properly met one. Alright, so now we will... Alright, we can either go left through these lands and fight Kuzlev on the way in. That means we could fight somebody, so that's what we'll do. And we've got some Chaos Dwarf lands up here for replenishment, or we can just hit the encampment stance if the need be. Alright, so now... Yeah, we can just go to encampment, we'll heal up. And then next turn, I guess we raid Kislev. He wants military access? Very well, I accept. No. No, I do not. I think they need it to go through my vassals, because my vassals, like, war and stuff is tied to me. Which, anyway, it's so fun that we've got freaking Kugath and then 2 principal Chaos Dwarves with us. It's very humorous. We're so strong. But it looks like Archie is trying to get in here on Prague. Can we trade him a thing and make him our vassal? Oh my goodness, this is the funniest day of my life. We're gonna give him this thing, and he's gonna work for me. Anyway, so trading settlements makes the AI nuts because it's so valuable of an offer because it has to be balanced against other considerations. That they will do stuff like Archeon would never be the vassal of Tamurkhan, but he's gonna be. You work for me now, buddy. And then, of course, all of his vassals become free agents. No, they become my vassals too. How funny. Anyway. No, there's lots of kind of penguins besides emperor penguins. There are macaroni penguins. They're probably like my individual favorite kind. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. He's got... They are just like hanging out here by the place. But you know, that makes sense. The Chaos Dwarves are just, you know, doing their thing. They are not at all, like, supporting these lands, but they're getting up to, like, level 5 settlements. They'll be here. Castable the Unbreakable, actually very breakable, is, you know, doing his thing there. So, well, now Archeon has my enemies and not his own, so that's pretty funny. But what's gonna happen is, you know, we're gonna declare war on Kislev, because of course we are. We're already in the neighborhood. And there might be a glorious battle. I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to have a huge battle against Kislev on our way down to ending the campaign. Alright, let's go ahead and throw a plague. What we want is Vanguard, so if we start here, we can get campaign movement and replenishment. Yeah, seems good. Hey, we're even going to have reinforcements, a little bit of them. That's fun. Alright, well, this battle wouldn't be much of one. They've got Ice Guard. That's a lot of... Yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, we could just fight it. We haven't fought any Kislev yet, so... That's, like, a lot of ranged, but it's not, like, enough, if that makes any sense. It's 7 Ice Guard with glaives. Like, they're good. They're anti-large fighters. They do magic damage, but what place for work? I work at a steakhouse. I'm a line cook, but I don't say which one, and I do not permit people to speculate. It's important when you have a job, if you're not a spokesperson for that job, to not go around talking too much about your job. It's very important. Alright, so they are going to be like right here, and we are just going to jump in. We're going to be right here. We're going to run up on them. Could we have the artillery behind them? We can have the artillery back here. Amazing. Yeah, we'll get these guys to support. And here, collapse around the side there, yep. And then Tamurkhan will just run straight up the hill at him. Seems smart. Because again, like, we're just like so smart and so strong. The Dreadquake Mortar, doing perfect. What's our range looking like? Oh yeah, they can cover this whole thing. Oh yeah. So normally this battle would be potentially tricky, right? Like, normally what they're representing here is a bunch of interesting, powerful stuff. But our army isn't normal. Our army is built to beat, like, 3 or 4 of these armies all at the same time. Oh yeah, Kislev characters ride on bears sometimes. I don't think I have to tell you how excellent it is. Oh yeah, in general, probably my favorite characters or animals are bears. I love bears. I think they're very excellent. Alright, so These Ice Guard trying to make their way across here. And now we're just going to charge up the hill at them. So the Ice Guard, they are, you know, they are glaives, so they should have charge defense against large, but my guy makes that disappear, and now we're gonna get just obliterated with these shots as well, but we should be okay. I mean, we're gonna take some damage. So Kislev has this thing called By Our Blood. It's their faction ability, and basically where normally a human faction would run, they instead, yikes. Alright, let's see if we can wheel here. They will become unbreakable for 25 seconds, the first time that would happen. The Rotfly is having a time. We're just going to Locust there. We don't want to get the guys too beat up. We do need to do a quest battle before too long. But that's why you, instead of running away like right here, normally they would be fleeing, but instead they stay in the fight. This can be annoying in the early game because you want, you know, you don't want to take so many casualties. It can be good in the late game because you can inflict a lot of casualties on their army before they run away, because a lot of armies sort of struggle with running down fleeing units. But that will be that, and once again, a wonderful showing for the forces of terror. Say, where did everyone go? I mean, I'm sure they're still around. People will frequently be in the stream and not chat, and that's totally fine. The vast majority of the time that I've ever watched a stream on YouTube, I've like not chatted at all. Alright, so this guy's called Sylvester. Good for him. And now the Battle of Prague. They have like a steam tank here. That's pretty cool. Incarnate Elemental of Beast. We got Antal Yakov. Who's only like level 6. Well, good luck, buddy. I guess I thought Ice Guard had AP missile fire, but it's AP attacks with the halberds and magical stuff. Alright, well, anyway, let's go. Of course, with the battle... With the battle that takes place inside of walls, it's really, really hard for your opponents to do anything at all that's functional. Alright, where do we want Tamurkhan to invade from? Because he's just going to go by himself, right? And then, like, roll up here? Yeah. All right. And then we'll overload this. With Vanguard, you can already start your flyers on this ridge, and we'll just pop over here and be able to potentially feast on any guys they have holding the back line. Alright, we're actually going to take like a lot of damage here that we don't have to because our deployment's bad. It'll be fine before too long. Once we get in the walls, you know, it'll be okay. And the gatehouse won't really stand up that long, but you know, we've got like all sorts of big level 5 walls probably shooting crazy stuff at us, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of damage. They just that wall, that tower. Oh my. That tower is going to roast this entire hell cannon. Yeah, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. We gotta run in front of these archers. I think they're less dangerous. Does this ability work on walls? So hopefully we won't lose the Hell Cannon. If we do, you know, we can just get another one. But man, those towers do so much damage. Look at the... I mean, I guess it's fine. What does it do? It does 700 with explosive, and yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's what I get for putting my artillery in range of a tower. I could have outranged him and shot him down, which is what I normally do. You know, like a smart person would. I mean, the good thing is, of course, that, like... the Tamurkhan is, you know, immortal, functionally. And the fact that my artillery is getting totally wrecked is just sort of what I deserve. We're just gonna keep on sending this squad around and popping people. It's like, if I just left my guys outside of the walls and only brought in my heroes, it would definitely be better. However, this is more fun. You know, losing a ton of your troops because you're bad is more fun. Look at my guys now. They're trying to chase someone. Something is making them go all the way out of here because they're trying to, like, go in there and they can't. Anyway... That's what you can look forward to in this world. We're gonna tell them to go take that tower. We're gonna go tell them to take that tower. I don't know if it's gonna work. Anyway, Tamurkhan is not moving anymore. He's bored with moving. That'll happen in a siege. If you tell someone to go, like, to the right or the left... and they just won't do it. That's, you know, I think that's probably good game design, right? It lets you know, hey, this is realistic. This is like a real siege where you would get confused. Once I said that in an internet comment, and the person did not appreciate that I was joking. They were like, you better say psych right now. Anyway, the Hell Cannon is totally dead. Just very, very bad play from me. It won't matter. Look, we can lose most of our army. We'll just get it again. Especially if it's just chieftain units. I hate doing it. It's most especially because it's only because I'm careless. Like, I literally could have just kept everyone in the back. It's just boring. It's very boring to play sieges properly, which is why I often just don't do it at all. Like right here, what's going on? All right, so some of them are on this side, so they're gonna go around, get caught in the middle, and die piecemeal. And the rest of their unit is somehow all the way over here. You know, just normal stuff. I'm not upset about it. I'm having a good time. They do lurk. The whales, they lurk in the deep. And yes, then the blunderbusses run right in and get killed by somebody. This guy? Like, why are we just letting this guy... Why am I the way I am? Why haven't I been doing any magic? Why... Why haven't we been doing our army abilities to heal? Why have I forgotten that I literally have a bunch of powerful wizards with me? These are questions. Oh wow, they're actually doing damage to him. They very well might lose all of their HP, all of their ammo trying to damage me. But you know, they are making my hit points go down, which is pretty amazing. I guess it's... Oh yeah, Zarguard. So AP fighters, they got... Oh, and the steam tank. Oh yeah, they've got all the stops here. If whales could potentially be spies. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely could. Now, would they be good at it? Unsure. They're kind of braggarts, right? Like they always wanna get a lot of attention for what they do. Hey, Luke. Oh, you know, it's not going great. It's fine. Everything's going good. I'm just so bad. I'm taking a lot of losses in this siege due to what I would call reckless aggression. It's the Siege of Prague. You know, there's only going to be a few more good battles left in the campaign, and I kind of wanted to just, you know, have a normal siege, right? One that, what it looks like if you're just bad, and you run into the gates, you know. Oh, also, do you want to guess who I got to join? Do you want to guess who the new vassal is? It's really funny. It's not as funny as Cetra, but it's really funny. Whales are alien spies, so they're... Is Tamurkhan gonna actually die? Oh, we're getting shot point blank by the steam tank. We should probably stop letting him do that. The steam tank could kill us. I think we're about to army loss some, though. Yeah, they'll get it by our blood, and then they'll get army lost. Well, you know what this calls for? A fleshy abundance cast. And then you'll see, oh, we actually can see our healing cap. That's the first time that's ever happened on Tamurkhan. You know, Kislev did well. They did well to get us that close to death. But in one of the Star Trek movies, they had to like go back in time to get the whales, because in the future the whales were extinct. They had to go back in time to get the whales to talk to the aliens to make everything cool. I'm paraphrasing somewhat, but that's basically what happened. Alright, so this guy is going to go and cast Fleshy on Tamurkhan, so that we can see how it does. So once you cast it, you know, he's got 10k right now, and then, you know, it already gets up to max, you know, so you can get like 5,000 HP on Tamurkhan out of it. Absolute madness. You know, maybe we won't even lose some of our guys. here in the Malachi campaign where the Conquering the Chaos. Ingram managed to lose? No! Scrag has the world spend. That is a shame. He did what? The ogres have an uncanny ability to make friends where they don't deserve them. The Rotting Riders and the Rot Knights both did 3k plus value. You know, maybe we should get another unit of them. Dreadquake has 2,000 value. The blunderbusses didn't do much work, but hey, powder units, if you don't baby them, especially in a siege, you're unlikely to get too much. Of course, Tamurkhan with hysterical value. You know, everybody doing what you would expect. But man, these Rotting Rider numbers, that's the madman there. That's a lot of damage. But we are going to, we're going to occupy the settlement. I'm like, is there anything cool here? There isn't. Prague, the cursed city. I think you get like a, I'm like, we'll probably have a fun defense battle right after this, I imagine. But yeah, so we need to take Nuln, so I just booked it out of Cathay, right? You know, I just zooped right on out of there. I was gonna go south, but then, there was a dilemma, and Kargan got injured, so I had to run north and meet up with him. 100k a turn by turn 129. Dude, Deep's income is insane. And two, the longer the game goes, the better it gets. You know, like, all you have to do is just stay alive. And that's wonderful. It's so dwarven, you know, like, stay forever alive, and you will always be able to rise up and satisfy the grudge. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful message. But yeah, the answer is Archaon. We got Archaon the Everchosen to be our vassal. You know, you gotta love it. But like, although fighting Kislev would be cool, unless there's like a legendary lore along the way, we're just gonna keep on going towards our objective, right? Because, yeah, you know, nothing, like, it's not as funny as getting Cetra to do it, but it's always good. Of course, Archaon is, in my mind, like, because of all my playthroughs, like, he's the poster child of having hilarious amounts of vassals, you know. He really benefits a lot from it. It's quite easy for, you know, you basically get handed one at the beginning. I love the Archaon campaign, though, because you know me, I like a face roll. I like to not be challenged. I like to just be great. Yeah, but yeah, we're just going to charge through, and we're going to fight any armies that we see, and, you know, burn down any notable stuff along the way, and get into a big brawl with somebody if they want to jump our army. Because what's the most they can do? Bring 3 or 4 armies against me? Okay. Sure. Morocast, also, you say good guys and bad guys? Oh, we're bad guys. We're bad guys. But it doesn't hurt to just burn on through, and we'll probably, it's like, we'll probably just do the quest battle like right now. I don't anticipate losing enough in this is going to be like the 6th chieftain battle. I don't anticipate losing enough to where it would be a problem, because we could just, like, if we lose artillery or any like special units, we could just get them back again and again. Like, there's not even going to be a big battle at Nuln necessarily. Like, we're just got to show up and take it, and then we win. Because, yeah, we just gotta, that's all we gotta do. And we don't even have to do it, just somebody else would have to do it potentially. But, you know, we're just migrating down to do it. Maybe we'll do the last chieftain battle right before we get there. Oh, Drake is outside, that's funny. I am so amused. I love this. Alright, so Drika, an insane dryad, has 3 armies only with the leader, and the leader of them are ancient treemen, malevolent ancient treemen probably. Ancient treemen are massive treants that are like, you know, like 30 freaking feet tall, like very, very tall, and they're just on boats, which is exactly where you would expect to find a tree. No notes, Drika. No notes. You truly understand exactly what's going on everywhere. Look, you would say it depends on your perspective. Yeah, you know, homicidal brain slug for sure. Half for fun and half for, you know, the glory of Papa Nurgle, grandfather of rot. Look, the land is already rotting. We've got so much Nurgle things here. Hey, there we go. Hit points and battle healing cap. That'll unironically be pretty good. Now we've got 15k HP. Oh man, like. Kazakh has 9.2k. He is like legendary lord strength. Like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I keep on saying, like, Kargan's as strong as like a generic lord, maybe a little better. Kazakh's as strong as a legendary lord. He's got very good abilities. The casters are, you know, they're mainly like, you know, spice. Mornhal is like pretty punchy. He can get it done. Like, it's a crazy powerful crew. And then, of course, all led by Tamurkhan, who is hysterically powerful. You know, 15,000 hit points, and he can heal probably like 10,000 of them a map. There are items to let you get a more expansive thing, but I only have a couple of them, and you know, we need the damage reduction. Negareth and nowhere else on the Darn is habitable to Malachi. That's so funny. You know, he's a proper dwarf, you know. For all that they think he's got newfangled ideas, he's got a proper, you know, suspicion of the Elgi. You know, because I think, like, people get annoyed at Malachi for making deals with the nice little Ungi of the world. You know, he's friends with plenty of humans, but when it comes to the elves, I don't remember him palling around too much. You gotta be suspicious of the elves. You gotta be. Helmet Feuerback. Helmet. You've showed up in the wrong time, sir. Alright, he's got a very interesting army. Halberdiers, greatswords, 5 Hockland long rifles. So these are like a long-ranged, like, sort of sniper rifle type of thing. Yeah, you know, sometimes they forget who the real enemies are. You're like, this is Scrag, the Slaughterer. He is an ogre. He is too tall to be a dwarf. Am I taking crazy pills? Why are we just letting this ogre live in a Karak? And then I remember my own campaigns, and I'm like, oh, well, if it was going to be like really hard to get him out of it, and you know. We want Vanguard and Campaign, and it doesn't matter too much. The weapon strength is good, but you can't get the weapon strength and the Vanguard. I mean, yeah. Oh, and we can get missile resist too. That's actually kind of amazing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because you can do this, and then we can get up to 65 missile resist. Very nice. Alright, so we're just going to keep on marching towards Nuln, right? Yeah. This guy's got an army, so let's go fight his army. You say it's what you get instead of trying to hold Cracker Duck instead of babysitting the dwarves. Yeah, you know, you knew what you were in for. You know that they can't ever handle their own business. More stalwart and powerful than even the riders off them, Demigryphs deliver a monstrous charge at enemy lines. Demis are such cool units. Alright, so we actually run, I mean, like, a moderate risk of getting in over our heads a little bit. It should probably be fine. We'll probably be fine. Because again, they have like the scariest stuff. They do have a Luminarch of Hysh, which does like 2.1k damage a shot. However, I have almost never seen it connect with anything in my life. It's so difficult to make a shot hit. So maybe they won't be able to, you know? Maybe. But we're just going to charge right in here to the center, and... Oh, the Luminarch's here. Good. Bye, Natasha. Thanks for stopping in. Good night. Probably only be going for another 30 minutes or so. You know, maybe longer. Just one more turn. You know the drill. They're just gonna drop that summon on them right there. I'm like, I don't know what's going on over here, but it would take like a while before it gets really bad for them. It's already a little rough though, because we're taking, oh no, the Luminarch. That actually is, like, we have to pay attention to that right now. It won't be too bad. We can just, so what'll happen in the game, you gotta keep clicking to force path through. We might take one shot here. Yeah, we'll, yeah, see, it was trying to line up, and then we got around to the side. There we go. Now we're okay. Now everything will be fine. There's steam tanks here, too, but the Luminarch is more dangerous to let shoot at you. That's just a summon, so it's okay that it's getting mauled. The good thing about siege stuff is, like, the Dreadquake is actually quite good at shooting around, you know, the walls and stuff. Of course, it's also really, really good at hurting your own troops, so if you don't keep track of what's going on there, you might have a bad time. We're gonna drop the base on the Hockland long rifles here. Get here on these steam tanks, though. The Luminarch is popped, and now the Toad Dragon feasts upon the bridges of the Empire. This is what it's all about right here. Totally fair fights against legitimately dangerous foes. I'm just playing. I'm going to throw a fleshy here. So they've actually lost a few thousand hit points, but if they get them back, they haven't lost any models yet, so we'll be still nice and strong. Oh my goodness, look at that. One mortar shot deletes half of their lives, and it does damage when they're inside of the impact crater for a while, which might well break their whole... nope. They'll get away with a little bit after the one shot there. The humanity. The fleshy has us very strong again. Tamurkhan, no doubt, is having a party. And after breaking basically everything on the bridge here, we're going to charge against the tanks. They've got, you know, 3 of them. It won't matter. It won't matter at all. They're a bunch of amateurs. These guys are trying to run from the artillery fire. It's not going to work. Because now they're just going to get run over by us. We're going to be taking this place in just a second. We're going to be making our way into the center now. Just absolute carnage. Oh my goodness. The humanity. They were terror routing. If they're running, but you can still see the flag, that's a terror route, and they will get back after they recover from being terrified. But if you see the flag, it's a proper, genuine route. Oh, dimmies. So demigryphs are one of the coolest looking units in the game. They are, you know, they are horsemen. But instead of horses, they ride on demigryphs, which are half griffin creatures. You know, they've got their lances couched for Sigmar. It won't be enough. Nothing will ever be enough again. Rock Glorious Rock going down. That's just like a spreading poison ability that really, really does a lot of damage to everybody. Pop Locust here, get a bunch of damage, and then just get him fighting the tank in a straight-up fight, I guess. And by a straight-up fight, I mean we're gonna cheat by bringing in a dragon. In-game crisis with wood elves, but France took care of it. Yeah, you know, it's so good when one of your allies has like one region that makes them automatically get into the battle. Because a lot of the times they just won't get in the battle at all, you know, like, because diplomacy is, like, you know, weird with it. But you can, like, gradually convince them. It's like, hey, perhaps if I give you a lot of money, you will help me with the end of the world. And they're like, I don't know. Great swords are running. I think their army lost, but yeah, they have some unbreakable units. So they have tanks and flagellants, which are religious fanatics. We need to destroy all of them to the last tank and to the last fanatic. That is the only way. We're gonna get that summon on the fanatics and these guys on the tanks. I think it's just one more tank. I think we popped the other ones already. Say every time you hear something around Elves here, you think Dungeons and Dragons reference. Say you're addicted to D&D. Well, you know, Warhammer has a lot of the same, you know, sort of races and concepts and spells that you would expect to see in like a Dungeons and Dragons thing, because D&D is a very influential setting, and I would certainly say that Warhammer, you know, cribbed a lot from that. Yes, it is 1 a.m. It is midnight 01 for me, unless my computer is lying. I don't think they changed the time this time of year. There is one flagellant left alive. He is surrounded by people, and there we go. The Rotfly of Nurgle, Ghost the Plague Bearer, Plague Ridden, gets in there. Man, he's kind of a champ now with all of these buffs going on. It was nice to see you too, Inosa. 420 kills on Tamurkhan, 12k value. Like, I just love how comically unbalanced the end of this campaign is. Just like, because the Changeling Valkia, I think she's more immune to getting hurt, but Tamurkhan can literally just run into almost anything, and with the Mortis and the beating and like his huge HP pool, just like really, really shocking power. But yeah, we'll be getting to the end of one of the most fun campaigns I've ever played. It's so funny to look back on the beginning where I was stressed because I was chasing the Norscan army, our neighbor, around, and I wasn't catching them, and I was like, what am I gonna do? You know, like, the world is going to get away from me. I'm not going to get strong enough fast enough. I'm like, you know, I don't know how this works. And then, well, we didn't have to worry about that anymore. Hey, and they'll actually have defenders here at Nuln. Well, we'll do our quest battle, and then we'll do the battle at Nuln. Alright, so Dreams of the Urfather. And we're going to fight Tzeentch demons, including Mutilith Vortex Beasts, so they have a Mortis engine. You gotta be careful about that. Alright, Tamurkhan's What's called Meta 2 in my campaign Strength 1. I haven't really checked. Reichland's 2. I scored 3. Dog Rising. Disciples of Hashut number 6. My guys. Warhostes are, they're so weak for having 33 settlements, but, a lot of them are far from home, and, they've not been able to adapt to these new realities. Yeah, I don't know who Strength Rank 1 is. Huh. Like, who would you expect to do well that we hadn't met at all? Like, have we seen Marathi yet? Like, I don't think all of this is Clan Moors. It could be. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're gonna try to bring a lot of guys to bear here. That'll be fun. All right, time to do it. As the interlopers descend, only the Fimir Balefin Ketzek Fimdrak stands behind Tamurkhan, ready to banish the invading scum from the precious realms of decay. Alright, yeah, so we got a Vulpes, Jules, Hizgaz. It's a greater demon Azinj. It's a Lord of Change. And they are expecting reinforcements. That just means, of course, we will stay on our guard. Oh, Tzeentch is showing up here. We're here on purpose to protect the realms. The realms of Nurgle. Ever seen these unwelcome demons who corrupt Nurgle's realm, Ketzak now bids me to heed the call from beyond. Alright, so I'm supposed to literally protect creepy Nurgle statues. We'll figure it out. Alrighty. Charge forward with Tamurkhan, drop a Cygor summon with the bound one, because again, like, if they want to run over here, that is totally fine. And we will just roll in right over there. Alright, do they have Chosen? Yeah, they do. We're just going to drop it right in on them. And of course, if they just send all their troops over here to mess with us, that is fine. That is okay, because Tamurkhan is not worried about this. Wait, am I supposed to go to the tree? These Furies probably don't want to take this fight. Chariot characters are, like, not... Well, I guess if they get the charge, then I never get the charge. But still, like, a Chariot character could probably just chew up these Furies without getting too messed up. But it looks like they're getting something on us, so we might as well... Like, I don't even think Tamurkhan has Strider. No, he does. And then we're going to get the squad onto this Lord of Change. Good, good. Drop the summon there on top of the Soul Grinder, so we're not taking any free shots from far away. They are still... Both of their big scary monsters are fighting my summons over here. which, you know, is the opposite of what they want to do, and is just what I wanted them to do, so, you know, good for me. Good for me, indeed. And we're just feasting, running through the back line. Ah, there we go, more interlopers. A lot of flyers here. This Vortex Beast is in the middle of us, doing a Mortis effect. This is actually quite bad. We need to... Oh, no! No, 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 no. Get out of there. I'm like... Our Dreadquake got excited a little bit. Alright, Exalted Pink Horrors of Siege. That is something that we want to be shooting. But if we can just get on this guy for, I don't know, 5 seconds, I don't think that missile fire coming at us is going to matter over much. Yeah, we need to get... Oh, no. Got a Keeper. An Exalted Keeper of Secrets, that is to say. Oh, man, the Fiends of Slaanesh coming in. A lot of damage here. We need to get there and fight her. At least our blunderbusses are doing some good shots into the trees. Relatively good shots. And we are going to absolutely hit them hard here. Oh, those are flamers. Yeah, we got to get on them. All right. Well, actually, Kazakh is all the smoke that's going to be needed to pop them out of it. Chosen Nurgle fighting against Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch. That's not going to be a fight they want to take. And then we're going to soup everybody up. Alright, what do we want to do here? Does anybody need a fleshy... He's Chosen. Yeah, we'll hit a Fecundity here in this blob. That'll be better. And here in the trees, you know, we've got a lot of defense going on. The good thing about shooting the mortars into, like, demons is that they will go all the way away when they perish. They crumble and disintegrate. Because sometimes if you put your artillery on something, your artillery will, like, keep following them as they try to flee, and that can be pretty bad. But it looks like we just win. I don't know, maybe not. We're supposed to wait a little while longer. Maybe there'll be a Cornate army. Maybe we just need to hold off, but you know, we are definitely putting the hurt on. Can we get a breath on the fiends? No, it looks like we're gonna get charged. There we go. Boom, baby. And we'll hit a huge old army ability here on the middle of this demonette stack. Fiends charging in. We are counter-charging. They're not gonna love this fight, right? They're gonna do some good work. They got a decent charge bonus, but as soon as we turn around and start hitting them, yeah, you see their HP melt. Zeech sending in more. We're just going to keep on sending in more of our work here. Boom. And of course, if they want to send all of this stuff at us, this is not going to work super well for them. That's not like they can't. I'm going to rock Glorious Rot here. These Fireglaves better shoot them. Oh no. I thought that was about to hit me. It was about to hit me. Jeez. Hey, that was a good shot. Restock with artillery is just so much fun. Man, yeah, this is it's a lot of damage. Where are my flyers? They are just flying. Alright, let's get them over here. Even that's something I should actually do very well against Chosen. I mean, not like pound for pound, but they do damage against them. But we need to get all the buffs popped there. We need to get in here. We need to overcast a fleshy, I guess. Yeah. Oh, now we win. Anyway, a bit of an intense battle. Oh no! And of course, the Dreadquake Mortar coming in with the steel chair. Brutal stuff, you know. Taking some losses, doing an absolute... Wow, only the Hell Cannon with more value than the Dreadquake. I guess the Dreadquake was just like not hitting as much as I thought. Or maybe it was breaking the leadership and they were disintegrating. Because that's the thing. If you hit stuff, you only get assigned the value for the damage that your unit does. Like if they disappear, then you know that doesn't really do much. Yeah, the Running Riders with 6,400, you know, they're the champion. Greater weapon chosen with 3k value. They must, well, you know, we had that on a couple chosen. Just all about whether or not they get into a fight or they get hit by artillery, I guess. Yeah, just a huge amount of value to go around. And there we go. We secure his devotion. And you know what that means. There's only one thing left to do. Take control of Nuln. But our army's too beat up right now. Huge damage over wide range, excellent for shape and not some single targets exponents. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And that's, of course, like, you get that synergy with the build like this. Because if you're Hero Hammer, you know, then you don't have to worry about the Dreadquake deleting a third of your chosen unit, you know, for example. Alright, we're just going to... I'm like, we're ready to go, so we're gonna fully replenish the army. Can you do more of these? Yeah, alright, we're gonna take this Dance of Despair thing. That's gonna let us nuke their leadership. We're gonna take this Perfect Vigor. Yep, there you go. It's time for the final battle, everyone. Turn 98. Hey, just before turn 100. Here at the gates of Nuln. Let's go. Look, our victory is assured, but that doesn't mean we can't wax poetic about it a little bit. It says we're bound for a valiant defeat. You know, so we'll see. You know, they got the Emperor's Wrath, they got the Bordermen, Royal Aldorf Griffites, Jaeger Corps. You know, they've got a lot of stuff here, but we have something better. Just a bonkers amount of stuff. And, of course, Perfect Vigor for all the units in the army. I invite you to the final fight. Alright, so we break in and then gradually break our way towards the top. We could do it like we're supposed to and blow up the towers first. I think I actually might, you know. I mean, we don't have to. I don't want to get so beat up on the approach. So I don't think they'll shoot all the way back here, right? Right? Because I want to get our chosen in there and fighting. And if you get shot up by towers, then, you know, you don't do that. So we're just going to shoot this tower, and I think this one doesn't even have people inside of it right now. You know, sometimes they'll do that. Like, how many shots does it take to blow up one of these? 16? Yeah, something like that. You know, normally you wouldn't want to do it. Oh wow, these guys have suppression and all sorts of other hilarious stuff. Now we're just going to land on top. Really, we don't need to hit it. We just needed to be out of range of it at the start, and that's good enough. And then later, when our dragon dies on the walls, we'll realize that we shouldn't be doing this. How are we getting shot? Are the doors open? The doors are open, but we can't walk in because the gate isn't broke yet. It'll be broken soon. Hey, the Emperor's Wrath. Yeah, it's still not super great to let the handgunners shoot at us, even though it's not terrible either. Alright, the Hell Cannon doesn't have to shoot at the tower anymore. We sent our message. You want to see how much he can do on his own? Yeah, you know, we'll bring the rest in there, but yeah, he'll just like run up here for sure. I bet it'll be okay. Royal Altdorf Griffites, let's go. Pop the buffs. Oh my goodness. These are like some of the most heavy metal, awesome cav in the game. They do so much, but they cannot stand up to the Rotting Riders, who are, of course, even more heavy metal, even more elite, even more everything-ish. Very, very good indeed. To their credit, they die to the last demogryph. To the 5th to last, and that's the same. Alright, where do we want to drop this? Here? Yes. Pit of Shades here. I'm like, I should remember that I have magic, and it would probably be real good right here. Iron Drake's backed by Thunderers and then Slayers on the flanks. You know, that sounds amazing. I wish I was disciplined enough with gunpowder to make it work. Nurgle's favorite son. You know it. 53 ward save. 15 fizz. A billion HP. Rot Glorious Rot here. We're gonna drop this summon on these mortars. The Dreadquake is literally shooting right here into these 1 Carrobear Greatswords. You know, it doesn't even say it can shoot and move. It can, though. And this dude's just having a party. Look, there's nothing more that Mornhal wants than to be amidst a bunch of enemies. They call that a target-rich environment. We're gonna Fecundity here, and hopefully it'll bounce around and get some guys. These Chosen have a ton of HP left in them. If we just heal them here, we'll get them a fleshy abundance. Oh, never mind. They got hit by the army ability. They're fine. Guess we could overcast it here and... Valmir Schmid, I presume. We're just back here, like, trying to figure out how to keep all of our army alive, and Tamurkhan is inside the wall, doing everything he needs to do. I think they're getting army lost, though. No, maybe not. It might have just been this whole block getting mauled. Hey, time for Tamurkhan to go in a little harder. He's so busted. What's he at now? Only 3k value. These are rookie numbers. You got to get these numbers way up. Knights of the Black Rose coming in. You know what that means. It's time for a countercharge, baby. Knights of the Black Rose look awesome. They've got, you know, these wonderful plumes. They wear black armor. Their horses have black armor. They got little roses on them. What's not to like, you know? They cannot die. I'm like, how do they have that? Do they always cannot die? Maybe it's when their leadership is like more than half of something, you know. There's, I don't know. Yeah, okay. When their hit points are greater than 50%, none of their models can die, which is awesome. Like, that's a very cool ability. However, what it's going to mean is that as soon as we get them down to, you know, that leadership, a whole lot of their models are going to die. It's just like, I've heard of chevrons. Yeah. I used to use them back in Warhammer 1. Back when the game was harder. At least for me. You know, it was just like, it always felt like it took a while to set them up, and then the battle would be over like so quick. I'm like, why don't I just do, you know, something else? That was really why I started getting away from dwarves. I'd be like, okay, if I do my battle lines, it takes a little while to set up, and it's not very dynamic, you know, that kind of thing. And then I'm like, well, but if I do something a little different, right? What if I had cavalry? What if I had dwarves with flying machines and a big blimp and heroes? You know, like, what if I had an Empire campaign that had duelists in it? Oh man, the damage. It's like, what's the point of saying that he's an anti-infantry monster when he charged in and then 3 seconds later, you know, they have half HP? Of course, he had help now. Looks like they're probably all going to be army lossing soon. Yep. Victory. And there you have it. The victory in Nuln and the victory in the campaign. Better build 1 million dwarf boxes or hours later. Yeah. You know, that's, at least when you have access to allied recruitment, I think, look, I haven't had it yet, but I just bet if you get demogryphs with halberds in a dwarf army, no, I mean, I'm sure that, like, skirmish cavalry and chariots would be among the best things, right? But how are you gonna... I mean, like, I've got sleds before. I've got, like Kislev cavalry with a dwarf, but... like, can you get, like, some Grail Knights? That would be hysterical. You know, just, like, I'm trying to think of a normal dwarf ally that you could still get good cav from. I'm like, you're not going to be getting, like, dragon princes. Let's be serious. Occupy Nuln. Boom, baby. Lord of Decay and Decrepit Defender. Win a single-player campaign and win a single campaign on very hard or legendary. It's just very hard, of course. But we get the achievement. We get the long victory complete. We forgot to use the Dance of Despair. But yeah, so... Well, there you have it. It's... I love campaign objectives like this. Sure, they can be like a little, oh, you gotta go to the other side of the world or whatever, but like, I like that it's something other than get 30 settlements or whatever, you know. Right, Scar, do you think you'd rather have gyros or flying cavalry personally? Yeah, I guess I'm not like thinking of gyros as much of skirmish cavalry as I should, because I use them so poorly. But, I don't know, maybe... Like, are Longma Riders good? I know they're good in multiplayer, but... But anyway, there we go. Tamurkhan, the Maggot Lord. He is the reputed son of the Kurgan. He, you know... He's got a worm's resilience. He's the puppet tyrant. He's the lumbering horror. He's the master of hosts, you know. These are all things that apply to him. I loved this campaign. I loved how busted strong it was. I love how many units you get access to. It's like a dream come true, right? You get access, like, because I didn't even have the Castorf campaign, and I gotta use some of those units, and really, like, you know, I'm definitely gonna buy it the next time it's on sale. So, like, smart of them to not, like, sort of lock that behind having access to it, because I think really just, you know, letting me get the Dreadquake Mortar is gonna make me want to play the Dawizar now. But, you say gyros of all types the best skirmish cavalry? They are really good. Like, Spider Riders are really, really, really good. But I think I'm sort of, because of multiplayer, skewing, like, my analysis of units. Gyros are also, like, really bonkers strong, for sure. Yeah, because, like, stuff like Illyrian Reavers and stuff, which are amazing skirmish cavalry, you know, they're not as generically good as gyros are, because gyros are really quite wonderful against a whole host of things. And a lot of factions don't have good ways to deal with flying skirmish cavalry. And there's not a whole lot of it. I mean, what, you got, like, the Pterodons, you know, you've got Vampire Coast, you know. But yeah, because whenever I think of, like, a good unit, because I watch so much multiplayer, I'm like, well, you don't use that one because it's expensive, but in campaign, you know, the price isn't that important to you, or the fact that, you know, it can't hold ground or take objectives, because you don't really care about flying units not being able to hold a point in campaign. You don't really care. But anyway, I digress, and the night gets late, but I've had a great time. This is a wonderful campaign. You know, obviously there's still some stuff we can do. We probably won't return to it, though. You know, look, we got the victory, and we've got a face roll army. It's a lot of fun, but I would honestly rather start a new one and go in a different direction, you know, and sculpt the army differently, maybe, than continue on at this point where I feel like it's basically, you know, finished. And then, you know... yeah. But I'm not going to do that immediately, you know. We're going to play something we haven't played before. Probably Elspeth, because she's, like, in this pack, and she's overpowered, and that'll be fun. And she's very stylish. I like her makeup. I like that we call her the Dark Lady. That's all very excellent. I like that she rides on a big old dragon. Give me more of that, you know. I don't even know what all of her campaign mechanics are. I think they make, like, all the ranged weapons better. And I've been told sort of outlandish stuff about it, so that'll be exciting. But anyway, I've droned on long enough. It's time for me to go to bed. Good night, Luke. Thanks for hanging out. Always a pleasure to talk Warhammer with you while we look at the campaign map and sort of wax it on poetic. But yeah, I already have Elspeth, so we'll play her. And then the next time the Chaos Dwarves go on sale, you'll know because I'll spin up a campaign. But anyway, good night, Luke. For anyone else that might be watching in the future, I hope the weather is nice. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to bed, and I will be streaming tomorrow and stuff, so if I see you then, I will see you then. Good night, everyone.